These are awesome looking earbuds, and they sound good too. Let's check them out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm checking out these, and tell me that's not an amazing color, right? These are the ZENPODS Ultralight ANC True Wireless Stereo Earbuds. And I'll open it up and you can see the earbuds themselves have that same sort of iridescent blue. It is just a gorgeous color, really cool. Now, turns out they're actually really nice earbuds. You take them out, and by the time they're in your ear, they're already paired back to your device, and you're ready to play. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to stay focused, but they're powered by 13mm drivers, Bluetooth 5.0. They have a nice low latency. It makes them great for things like watching movies on your device, or yes, gaming. There's 80 millisecond if they detect that it's a gaming mode. They have touch controls. Here's a shortcut if you want to see the chart. And ANC, yes. So one of the things that's great about these are not only are these true wireless stereo, but they have active noise cancellation. And it's pretty easy to work with it. You just basically touch and hold, and after 3 seconds, it tells you either ANC on or ANC off. Now, they say the ANC goes down to about 30 decibels of noise reduction. I found that it wasn't quite that great. I don't know what the number is, but my standard test is I turn on a floor fan and then listen to see if I can tell that it's actually running. And I could hear a little fan noise with this. I mean, it dropped it way, way down. But that's just a repetitive, low frequency hum that's easy for ANC to filter out. And the very best of the ANC devices, it literally, the sound just goes away. So this is really close to that, but not quite. So still good ANC, and honestly, for the price and the size, having ANC at all is fantastic. So nice for your commute. So nice if you're in a noisy environment like kids screaming in the next room. All of that, it really just helps bring down that ambient room noise so that you can focus on what you're listening to, whether it's a podcast or music or the audio from your favorite movie or TV show. Now, batteries. The earbuds themselves, 6.5 hours battery. Then you get another 15 hours in the case. So it gives you a total of about 22 hours. It is dependent on volume. So if you play these super loud, you will have less battery life because it takes more energy to produce loud sounds than soft sounds. I mean, that should make sense, right? No wireless charging, but it does have USB-C in the back and in the box. Let me just show you. And let's see. So in the box is, no huge surprise, a USB-C, oops, got all these earbuds falling out, a USB-C to USB 3 cable, that's helpful. And then as you can probably see falling all over the place, let's get this all neat again, are different size ear tips. So it has 3 sizes, small, medium, and large, and it was, as always, a significant difference for me to switch into the correct size ear tips, because you need to have a pretty good closure on your ear for not just the music to sound good and not just for you to get bass, but for the ANC to work too. So all of these are dependent on being able to somewhat seal up your ear canal. Sounds kind of yicky like that, but it is important, and it is something that is, really something you need to spend the time to try different ear tips to find the ones that work best for your ears and your ear canal size. Okay. 10-minute charge in the case gives you another 40 minutes of listening, so that's helpful if you're right at the very end of your battery life. They are IPX5. The case is not necessarily IPX5, but the earbuds themselves are, so that means that you can't really wear these swimming, and they wouldn't work, they'd float away. But they can certainly get sweaty, and if you drop them in a puddle and grab them, you're going to be fine. It's not going to be any major problems. When you use these for phone calls, there's actually an environmental noise control, and that makes the phone call sound pretty good, actually. I will say the person on the other end sounds really good because these actually sound nice, but you sound decent too. And that part of that, I think, is because instead of having it just in your ear, there's a piece that extends downward. And by the way, I should mention that one is in here charging, the other one's in my ear, and that one is playing music. So it is working on an individual earpod basis, which is something that's good to know. If you, for example, on phone calls, it's often really nice to have your phone call on one earbud instead of both. It just makes it sort of more mimic that sound of having a handset. I know, old school. They are stupid light. They are the lightest earbuds. And here's a chart that shows you what they've weighed on all the different companies, some solutions, but 4.2 grams. This whole setup, even with this in here, is really, really light. This is maybe about the weight of 2 AA batteries, maybe less than that. And so it is really ridiculously easy for you to carry it around. And let me just give you a super close-up. Look at that gorgeous blue color. Oh man, they just nailed it. It's just so pretty. Okay, so we've talked about everything except the sound. So let's talk about the sound. And I will say the sound is really good, but not great. I wasn't blown away by these earbuds, particularly on a lower volume levels. It drops the bass fairly quickly, but once you get these in and you turn your volume up, it's a pretty immersive sound. So not a huge amount of sound stage, so there's not a huge spatial sense when you're listening, but there is a clarity and there's, a good, very enjoyable and listenable sound. I've been listening to Electric Light Orchestra and, all their stuff. They have this big, rich sound and they sound really good with these earbuds. And particularly with the ANC, the getting rid of all the ambient noise around me and all the hums and the whirs and all the sounds that we just get used to, all of that goes away and you can just listen to your music. Now, I will say that for my iPhone 12 Pro, and they say they're best for iPhone 12, so that's what I used one for, I had to turn it up to about 50% volume before it started to sound decent. So again, if you're looking for something where it's mostly ANC and occasionally a little bit of very soft music, these might not be a perfect match for you in terms of their acoustic signature. But if you want to have your music be immersive and have a presence and really be able to enjoy it, then these are a pretty solid option. And at the full volume, it was more than my ears can handle. So it's like it was super soft, super soft, super soft. Suddenly everything got there and all the music frequencies just showed up. And then from that to the higher end, it was just a big, loud, immersive experience. So there's lots to like here. Now, they are on Indiegogo and you're running out of time to back them. So you really need to jump on it if you're interested in getting these. These are from Zendure and they've done a bunch of really interesting battery charging systems. So this is their first move, I believe, into audio gear and they've done a nice job. It's definitely worth checking out. But before I talk about the price just a little bit, let me actually ask if you can subscribe to my channel. It's just that little red button on the lower right, a click or a tap and boom, you're subscribed. Appreciate that. All right, now these are the ZENPODS Ultralight ANC TWS Earbuds, and they come in this gorgeous iridescent blue, or if you're boring, you can get their white. It's a nice white, it looks good. But seriously, look at this color, it's fantastic, right? So they are going to be $119, but they are currently on Indiegogo, move quickly, for $65. That's a pretty good deal. These are a pretty solid option for $65 earbuds. At the $120 range, they might be a little out of their price range, but that'll be something we'll have to see as the market gets a chance to decide. For now, jump if you're interested, go to Indiegogo.com and search for ZENPODS. And if you've missed that, then just go to Zendure.com and you can check out all about the ZENPODS Ultralight ANC TWS Earbuds. And as for me, I am going back to my ELO. And all right, great. So that means I'll catch you in my next video.